I wish you could bring yourself to come with me, Hedda. Wouldn't you consider it?
No. I don't want to look at anything to do with sickness or death or anything ugly. You mustn't ask me to.
Where's my hat? And my coat? Where are they? Ah, yes. I only hope I won't be too late, Hedda.
We better race up there.
Judge Brack is in this. He says he'd like to see you.
No, I can't possibly see him now.
I can. Show him in. It's in the parcel.
Oh, yes.
No, I'll look after it for you. Well, you're an early bird, aren't you?
Yes, I am, aren't I? You're off on your travels again?
Yes, I had to run up to my aunt's. One of them came with me. Can you imagine, poor thing? She's dying.
Oh my God, is she? You mustn't let me keep you then at a time like this.
Yes, I must actually. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Well, I gather things were more than lively at your party last night, Judge Brack.
I certainly haven't had time to undress, Hedda.
You as well.
As you can see, what's Hedda been telling you about the night's dramas?
Oh, nothing particularly interesting. Just some story about them going and getting coffee somewhere.
As I heard about the comic party, I understand our little Lobborg wasn't with them.
No, it hasn't told me they took him home before that.
Tasman took him home.
Yeah, he told me some of the others did.
You know, Hedda, George Tasman is really a trusting soul.
Well, God knows that's true. Why, is there something more to all this?
I must admit that there is.
Carry on.
Well, I had special reasons for keeping track of my guests, or rather, some of my guests, last night.
And was one of those by any chance I let love ball?
I confess that he was.
No, getting me really interested.
And do you know where he and some of the others finished up the rest of the night, Hedda?
If you feel you can tell me, I wish you would.
Of course I can tell you. They finished up at a particularly interesting soiree.
Lively?
Extremely lively.
You wouldn't like to enlarge on that, would you, Judge?
In fact, Lobborg had been invited to it some time ago, as I very well knew. But at the time, he had refused the invitation because, as you know, he has recently transformed himself.
You mean at the Elfsteds, but even so he went?
Yes, Hedda, you see, last night at my house, I'm afraid, the spirit moved him.
Yes, I'm told he was quite inspired.
Tremendously inspired, to the point of violence. And that, I suppose, led to certain other thoughts. You see, unfortunately, we men, our principles are not always as firm as they ought to be.
I'm sure that doesn't apply to you, Judge, but what about Mr. Lobborg, you were saying?
Well, to cut a long story short, he finished up the night at Miss Diana's boudoir.
Miss Diana?
Yes, it was Miss Diana who was hosting the soiree for a select group of her friends and admirers.
Is she a singer? A redhead?
Yes, that's right.
A singer?
Yes, amongst other things. Also, appropriate enough, a mighty huntress of men, Hedda. Yes, I'm sure you'll have heard of her. Our Lobborg was one of her most energetic supporters in Parliament days.
So what happened in the end?
Well, it ended not altogether cordially, it seems. She welcomed him very enthusiastically since the ended in fisticuffs.
Between her and Lobborg?
Well, he accused her of her friends of stealing. He insisted that his notebook had disappeared as well as various other things. In fact, he seems to have started the most murderous row.
And what happened then?
Well, then began a free-for-all with women joining in as well as men. Eventually, I'm pleased to say the police arrived.
The police?
Yes, it's going to be one of Violet Lobborg's most expensive pranks. Lunatic.
Why do you say that?
Apparently, he resisted with some violence. Apparently, he attacked the constable, beat him about the ears, and ripped his tunic to pieces.
How did you find all this out?
From the police.
So, that's what happened. No vine leaves in his hair.
Vine.
So tell me, George, why are you so interested in keeping track of Violet Lobborg then?
Well, it's hardly a matter of indifference to me if it were to come up in court that he had come straight from my house.
There'll be a court case then, won't there?
Yes, but we needn't worry about that. You see, what I thought was that as a friend of the family, it was my duty to keep you and Tasman fully informed about what he got up to last night.
But why, Judge Brack?
Because, Mrs. Tasman, I have a shrewd suspicion he's going to use you as some sort of refuge.
Whatever makes you think that?
Well, we're not being blind now, are we? You'll see, Aunt Mrs. Elstead, she won't be leaving town in a hurry.
But supposing there is something going on between those two, surely there are enough places they can take refuge beside here.
No, nowhere. From now on, just as before, every respectable house will be closed to Islet Lobborg.
And I suppose mine should be too.
Yes, I must admit that I would find it more than distressing if that man were to find sanctuary here. He'd be an intruder, a superfluous element. He'd disrupt the
triangle.
Yes, for me it would be as if I'd suddenly become homeless.
So you want to be the only bull in the pen, is that your aim?
Yes, that's my aim, and it's an aim I'll fight to achieve by every means I have at my disposal.
I see when it comes to it, you're a dangerous man.
Do you think so?
Yes, I'm beginning to think so. I don't mind, as long as you never have any kind of hold over me.
You may be right, Hedda. Who knows? For if I did, I might take advantage of my position.
No, really, Judge Brack, that sounds almost like a threat.
No, my point is that the defence and protection of the triangle should be voluntary.
I agree with you.
You do? Well, I've said what I came to say. I really must be going now, getting back to town. Goodbye, Mr. Tillman.
Going out through the garden, are you?
Yes, it's my shortcut.
But isn't that also the back way?
Very true. I have nothing against backways. Sometimes they can be quite exciting.
You mean when there's shooting going on?
Surely no one wants to shoot their own tame bull.
No, especially if it were the only bull they had.
I've told you I must go in and I will, and that's that!
Good morning, Mr. Lovewalk. Come to collect Thea, have you? Rather late.
You mean it's rather early for me to intrude on you? Please forgive me.
How did you know she was still here?
You told me at her lodging she'd been out all night.
And did you notice anything about them when they told you this?
Notice anything?
I mean, did they seem to have any opinions on the matter?
Oh, you mean what do they think about my dragging her down with me? No, I'm afraid I was in no condition to say anything. I don't suppose Tasman's up yet.
No, I don't think so.
What time did he get home?
Oh, very late.
Did he say anything?
Oh, I can't remember. I was exhausted anyway. Oh, Lovewalk, at last!
Yes, at last. I'm too late.
Well, what do you mean too late?
I mean, it's all too late now. I'm finished.
No, you aren't. Don't say that.
You'll say it as well when I tell you what...
I don't want you to tell me anything. Perhaps you'd like to leave me alone.
No, stay, please. I want you to stay.
I said I don't want you to tell me anything.
It's not last night's adventures I want to talk to you about.
What is it then?
It's that from now on, we're going to have to split up.
Split up? I knew it.
I don't need you anymore, Sarah.
How could you say that to me? You don't need me anymore? I'm going to go on helping you, aren't I, as I used to? We're going to go on working together, aren't we?
I've no intention of doing any more work.
Well, what do you expect me to do with my life?
You must try to live the rest of your life as if you've never met me.
I can't.
You've got to try it there. You must go back home.
Never, I couldn't. I want to be wherever you are. I can't just let you send me away like that. I want to stay here with you. I want to be with you when your book comes out. Oh, yes, the book.
Sarah, our book will never come out.
What do you mean?
It can never come out.
Lovebook, what have you done with the manuscript?
The manuscript, yes.
Where is it?
Sarah, please don't ask me.
I will ask you. I want to know. I have the right to know now.
The manuscript. Well, the thing is, I tore the manuscript up into 1,000 pieces.
No! That's not what happened.
You don't think it's true?
Oh, I mean, obviously it is. I mean, it just seems so unlikely.
All the same, it's true.
Oh, God! Oh, God, had all that work. He's torn it all to pieces.
I tore my life to pieces. Why should I tear my life's work with it?
And you did that last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Into 1,000 pieces, which I then tossed into the fjord, a long way out. At least there there's cool salt water so they can drift with the current and the waves. And after a while they can sink deeper and deeper. I meet there.
You know, Lovebook, what you've done with the manuscript, it's like, all my life I shall think of it as if you killed a little child.
That's right. Child murder.
But how could you? It was my child as well. My child. That's the end of it. Yes, I'm going now, Hedda. You're not leaving town, are you? I don't know where I'm going to go. There's nothing but darkness ahead of me now. Aren't you going to go after her, Miss Lovebook?
Me, through the streets. Suppose someone were to see her with me.
I don't know what else you did last night. Is it as irredeemable as that?
Last night was only the beginning. I know that much for sure. And the thing is, I don't even have the strength to go back to that kind of life. Not all over again. She's broken my courage and my spirit.
That pretty little fool has dipped her fingers in human destiny. Even so, I don't see how you could be so cruel to her.
Don't say I was cruel.
To take something that had been her whole life and destroy it. You don't think that was cruel?
I can tell you the truth, Hedda.
The truth.
Promise me first. Swear to me that they will never hear a word of what I'm about to tell you.
Yes, I swear.
All right. It wasn't true what I told her just now. I didn't tear the manuscript or throw it in the fjord.
But I don't understand.
I still destroyed it. Completely.
Go on.
They said that for her, what I'd done was like a child murder. But to kill his child isn't the worst thing a father can do.
Isn't it?
No.
What is the worst?
I didn't want the dad to find out for her. Suppose that in the early hours of the morning, after a wild, drunken night out, a man were to come home to the mother of his child and say, listen, I've been there and there and there, and everywhere I went, I took our child with me, there and there and there, and I've lost the child. Completely lost him. God knows who's got hold of him, who's got their hands on him.
I see. But when all said and done, it was only a book.
Then his pure heart was in that book.
Yes, I understand. So what are you going to do now?
Well, I expect you'll also understand that there can be no future for her and me. There's nothing left. I'll finish it all. The sooner the better.
Listen, either
Promise me one